All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. So today, we're going to be taking a look at something that might not be the most glamorous topic, but it's super important for anyone who owns a home, really,
Hmm.
especially if you live in a place like Plano, Texas. We got our hands on some notes from a local duct cleaning company, and honestly, I was pretty surprised by some of the stuff they pointed out.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's easy to forget about, right? Your HVAC system's kind of just tucked away, out of sight, out of mind, until something goes wrong.
Right, exactly. It's not like you're admiring your furnace every day.
Yeah.
But these notes, they really got me thinking about how much our HVAC systems affect not just our comfort, but also our health and our wallets.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in a place like Plano. The climate there is really unique, and that puts specific demands on your HVAC system.
Yeah, speaking of Plano's climate,
Yeah.
the first thing that jumped out at me from these notes was all the different allergens they mentioned and how each season brings its own set of challenges. Like in spring, you've got all that oak pollen floating around.
Ugh, don't remind me. I can practically feel my sinuses clogging up already.
Right. And then summer hits, and it's all about the grass pollen.
And just when you think you're in the clear, fall rolls around and bam! Ragweed season.
Yeah, no escaping it. And all that pollen, it's got to go somewhere, right? And
Yes.
unfortunately, one of those places is your HVAC system.
Yep. It gets trapped in your ductwork, and then every time your system kicks on, it just gets recirculated throughout your entire house.
So basically, you're breathing in a cocktail of allergens every time you turn on the AC or the heat.
Pretty much. And if you're someone who struggles with allergies in Plano, well, let's just say it's not doing you any favors.
It's like a recipe for sniffles and sneezes. And it's not just pollen we got to worry about. These notes also mention dust and debris. I mean, I feel like my house is constantly battling dust bunnies, no matter how much I clean.
Oh, tell me about it. But here's the thing about dust in your ductwork. It doesn't just sit there harmlessly. It actually restricts airflow, which makes your system work harder to do its job.
So not only are you breathing in all that dust, but your HVAC system is taking a beating too.
Exactly. And a system that's working harder means it's using more energy, which translates into higher energy bills for you.
Oof, nobody wants that. Now, there's another thing these notes mention that I found kind of surprising. Humidity. I mean, I wouldn't think humidity would be a huge issue in Plano. We're not exactly talking about Florida levels of humidity here.
True, but even moderate humidity can create problems, especially when it comes to your ductwork. Moisture can build up in there, creating the perfect environment for things like mold and mildew to grow.
Oh, yuck. Mold is definitely not something you want hanging out in your air ducts.
No, definitely not. Mold can cause all sorts of health issues, especially respiratory problems. And if anyone in your home is sensitive to mold, it can be a real nightmare.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we've got pollen, we've got dust, we've got mold. Anything else lurking in our ductwork that we should be worried about?
Well, don't forget about Plano's temperature swings. You go from scorching hot summers to pretty chilly winters, which means your HVAC system is working overtime pretty much year-round.
Yeah, that's true. It seems like my AC is running nonstop for half the year, and then my heater takes over for the other half.
And all that constant use, it leads to a faster buildup of all those contaminants we've been talking about. So that general advice about cleaning your ducts every 3 to 5 years,
No,
in Plano, it might be a good idea to do it more often.
like an oil change for your car.
Uh,
The more you drive, the sooner you need an oil change. The more you use your HVAC, the sooner you need to clean those ducts.
exactly. Makes sense, right?
Totally. So let's talk about the benefits of duct cleaning. The notes mentioned a bunch of good stuff, like obviously better air quality, which is a big deal for anyone with allergies or respiratory issues.
Absolutely. Cleaner air means easier breathing and less chance of triggering those allergy symptoms.
But it's not just about breathing easier. A more efficient system also means lower energy bills. Right?
Right. When your system's not clogged up with all that gunk, it can run more efficiently. And that translates into savings on your energy bill every month.
And if I remember correctly, it can even help your system last longer, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A well-maintained system is less likely to break down, and it's going to have a longer lifespan overall. So you can potentially save on costly repairs or even avoid having to replace your entire system down the road.
Okay, that's a major plus. Nobody wants to shell out thousands of dollars for a new HVAC system.
Hmm.
And there was one more benefit that really stood out to me. Getting rid of those musty smells. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of damp basement smell that sometimes comes from the vents.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Nobody wants their house smelling like that. Duct cleaning can definitely help freshen things up.
It's like hitting the reset button on your home's air quality.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, it's all about creating a healthier and more comfortable living environment.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So if you're in Plano and you haven't had your ducts cleaned in a while, Well, what are you waiting for? Seriously, don't wait until your allergies are out of control or your energy bills are through the roof.
And while you're thinking about it, here's a question for you. Given your lifestyle, your health, and the specific challenges of living in Plano's climate, how much could you personally benefit from a cleaner, more efficient HVAC system?
That's a great question, and I think it's one that every homeowner in Plano should consider. Thanks for listening, everybody. And remember, don't neglect your ductwork. It's more important than you think.
Until next time, stay healthy and breathe easy.